Hey guys.
What's going on? Anywhere Friday, and we happen to be on my front porch.
We didn't go too far from Anywhere Friday. Here we are again.
Kim played hooky today and went out to lunch with some girlfriends. So I worked from home, and she swung by so we could do this live and come at you. Yeah. So hey, it's Anywhere Friday, right?
You know, anytime I've ever seen him go live from his porch, I'm very envious because it's beautiful with the brick and the lighting. It's just awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, we have a nice breeze if I'd open the windows, but then we're gonna get all the traffic noise.
Yeah, we don't want all that.
So you're probably gonna hear some of it in the background, like this Harley Davidson that's about to go by, probably really fast
obnoxiously
and really hard.
Hold on.
Because he looks
Wait
like
for
that
it.
guy.
Wait. Yeah.
No. I'm sure you hear that. Anyways.
Anyway.
Precious time. That's what you want to talk about.
Precious time. Yeah, don't wait is really what the caption was coming on here. But, you know, all week Fritz and I have been talking about going for it, doing it. We talked yesterday on our podcast about entrepreneurs. You know, a lot of people say that they want to go and grow their own thing, and then they realize that it involves a lot of work that they were not prepared for, and they end up quitting it or making really bad mistakes trying to make it happen how it shouldn't.
Or waiting. Waiting for the right time, and the right time never comes. There is no right time.
There is no right time. You just had that conversation with somebody.
We decided to do this 2 days into the pandemic of a shutdown in Wisconsin, and we're like, let's start a business.
Hey, let's start a business. Why not?
We hammered it, and we accomplished a lot. So, you know, we took advantage of it. We could have sat with our thumbs up our booties and
we had every excuse in the world to not do what we're doing.
But we did it.
But our focus has always been other people. It's always been other people. Every conversation we ever had was about other people. It was about bringing our experience and our knowledge to others to have them grow the life that they want. And so today, for me in particular, I didn't even really realize it as we were talking about it all week.
Right.
That it led up to this perfect moment. And I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and it's all in God's timing, and every step that we take has to be done in faith. If we have nothing else, we have faith to fall back on. And there's some things that I really haven't talked about because I've been on the 100 mile an hour, right? We've been very active in building a company, multiple companies. So I've been staying busy enough to realize that this morning, you know, I had to slow down and acknowledge my dad. My dad passed away last year on this very day, and I can't even believe for a second that it's been a year already. And so I waited most of the morning to even post anything on Facebook and I do that because it's therapeutic for me. I have a lot of connections. I have a very large network, and I know that they care about me. And sometimes I just need that reciprocated. I need that for me. Not for attention, not for anything else, but just to know that other people understand where I'm at. But the point of talking about all of that is that we cannot wait. Fritz said it perfectly. Like, we don't get more time. My dad was an entrepreneur at heart. He wanted to do so many things when he was getting ready to retire. And from the corporate world, right? He was a paramedic firefighter later in his life, was amazing at it, had a spinal injury, doing CPR on a very obese man, tried to move him by himself and ended up injuring himself permanently. So he had to take a different career. He ended up managing a shipping company on the West Coast. I actually worked for them when I got out of the Marine Corps. Great company, very high stress because it's overnight shipping. And they were growing exponentially, and they still are. And he was a logistical trainer. So he traveled all over the West Coast, training other people to move freight. it was very stressful. And he was gone a lot from my mom. So when he did come home, they traveled. They went to Costa Rica. They went to the Virgin Islands. Costa Rica was their favorite spot. They would go down to Mexico. They would go to Montana. My dad was a pro bass fisherman at one point in his life, and he absolutely loved it. And he loved watching people get their fish. He loved taking them to the secret spots. Brownies were his favorite to go fishing for. There are a lot of memories. My son's feet, he dunked in a trout stream when Brandon was like 6 weeks old because he wanted to make him a fisher like him. And I haven't had a chance to really process the feelings in a long time because it's still surreal that he's not here. My dad's birthday would be on September 2nd. And when he passed away last year, he was just that short of his 60th birthday. So people may think, you know, I'm 43, that my dad should be this like 80-year-old guy, right? No. He was 59 3/4. And he died from a massive heart attack we did not see coming. And all I could think about was all of the things they planned to do. So every time I pause or hesitate to do something big, really big, and that fear creeps in when you start to feel doubt, when you, like, there's no way I can make this by myself. I don't have enough money. Let's talk about thinking you don't have enough will stop you in your tracks. You have everything that you need to grow everything that you want, if you have faith and trust the process and do it right. And I don't mean do the process right. I mean, do it for the right reasons, for the right people. My dad never got to grow the things that he wanted to grow because the good Lord needed him in other places that we can't even understand here. But maybe it was for me. Maybe it was a piece of what I needed to make sure that I never quit doing what we know we were sent here to do. I couldn't do this without Fritz. This is a team effort. This is my family. And that's why we come on here so passionately. But I'm begging you that if you have something on your heart to do, don't pretend like you have more time. And, you know, even knowing that we don't have tomorrow promised, I'm getting ready to be in-state deployed by the National Guard, which basically means that I don't get to come home and I don't know when I get to come back. So I mentioned it yesterday. I'm re-mentioning it now because I didn't see it coming. And so for the last 2 weeks, have we not been absolutely scrambling our brains out, traveling to different states to meet with new partners, you know, at the studio till 6 o'clock at night, meeting every single day, and trying really hard not to feel guilt when you take time to go eat lunch with your friends, because that's why you build your own businesses, is to have more time to do the things that are important. Don't wait till tomorrow to run after that passion, that dream, that thing that's been put on you that you think about all the time. If I just had enough money, if I would have been. Stop making excuses to live a small, miserable, sad, hate to go to work life. Because the people that are paying you a paycheck really don't give a shit about what your dreams are. They don't care as long as you keep bringing that money in, and you are replaceable. You are replaceable. So take it from my dad, Glenn. Take his story to heart that you don't get tomorrow. Don't wait till you retire, because you might not get there. Do it now and follow the dream that you have. And I know Fritz has got to have something similar that maybe he hasn't even shared with me that he thinks about, because we all have these moments of like, do we keep going? Is it, you know, can we? And we know that we can, but there's that one thing in the back of your mind that's like, there's no way I'm letting this die. There's no way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm 52 and This is definitely not my first attempt at business. I've had many attempts at business. The problem is that what so many of you are experiencing or thinking about, or the roadblocks, or I ain't got time, or I'm going to wait for the right time, or I need more money in the bank, or all of these things, right? Number one, if you say you're going to try, you already failed. If you're going to do it, you got to do it. You got to go all out. And when it's rough, you got to keep going. So your why has to be absolutely strong, because that's the only thing you're going to be able to hold on to when it gets rough, when you're crying in a corner because you can't pay your bills and your bank account's in the red and you're not making money yet. And is it going to be worth it? And all the doubt that'll come. That why is what's going to push you. That why is what's going to keep you moving, which is why it's always so important to have a really strong, good why. Doesn't matter about the passion. Doesn't matter about what it is that you want. If it's time, freedom, and money, and believe me, the fact that success is tied to money, and for some reason the magical number of $1 million, that's not what this is about. Financial freedom is about making enough money in a business that pays your lifestyle and your expenses. So if that means it's only $3,000 a month is all you need, then that's all you need. Listen, if you're making 60 grand a year, you don't need to replace 60 grand a year, because you're not bringing home 60 grand a year. You're only bringing home 30. You're only bringing home half of that. So 30 is all you have to really bring home. So now you take that and divide that by 12, and then divide that by the week, and then divide that by the day, and then you know what you need to be out there hustling and selling every day to make your bills. But it's so much better to work your ass off for yourself than it is for somebody that doesn't care, or that you care more than they care about you. Because that happens a lot. I see plenty of employees out there that give more shit about a business than the actual owners do. That's a problem. And they don't care. Listen, they're going to talk about it and they're going to say, oh, we're a family business. Really? I mean, take a look at it. Really think about that. Yes, there are some good businesses out there. I'm not taking away from those. But man, they are few and far between, because I don't think I've been in one in my career. Yeah. So listen, time is precious. It's the most precious commodity that we own and have. Do not waste it. You do not know what tomorrow brings at all. So go out there, make whatever it is happen. And if it's a different job, go do it. Stop waiting, because you wait and next thing you know, you're 52 years old. Don't do it, man. I started chasing business when I was 28 years old. And I gave up all the time because I listened to other people. I put their limiting beliefs in my head. Things got hard. I was told I should go get a job. I should do this. I should do that. I could be so much further than I currently am. But where we are, I could not be where we are, and I could not help the people that we help if it would have gone any different. So I'm grateful that it did what it did. I took the path that I took, and that I experienced everything that I experienced, because now I can help many more people get to where they want to go.
Yeah.
I had a great conversation with a very brilliant young man last night, and that is exactly what we were discussing. Don't wait, just go do it. So we've been talking about entrepreneurship all week long, so we're just going to tie that up with that. Is, listen, if you're thinking about starting a business, go start a business. If you're not sure how to start a business, call us, text us, reach out to us, schedule a clarity session. If you're not sure what you want to do, schedule a clarity session. Just get in front of us. We've got lots of ideas. We've got lots of different business ideas. We know the steps to take. We know the mindset that you have to have. We know the money it's going to take. Just come.
And the
Just
other,
do it.
the other part is if you're thinking about an idea, please understand that that's your idea. It's not our idea. So don't be afraid thinking, well, if I tell them, they could steal it from me.
No, we got too many other businesses
no.
going.
No, we're in our own lane. We stay in our own lane. But, this isn't just about, I'm having trouble figuring out who I am, right? Because some of us have a really good handle on who we are, who we think we are, but we're still stuck in one area or another of our lives, right? Some of us have really great marriages and our profession is lacking. It could be vice versa. You could have a really great job and have all of the things that you think or society tells you should have, like a big house and a big car and all of the, fancy jewelry and pretty clothes. And
yeah, that brings you a lot of happiness, doesn't it?
It brings you no happiness, but more stress, because now you have to go back to the job in order to beg for your paycheck in order to pay off what you've spent money on. Okay, so
they graciously give you 2 weeks off a year.
Isn't that kind?
That's so kind of them.
Try to shove your whole life into 2 weeks. And I tell you what, that is what my dad did. Okay, he always had it on his heart that he wanted to own something of his own. And you know what he wanted to own? He wanted to own a piece of something that would give other people joy. My dad was a great entertainer. He always had a karaoke machine, like in the back of the car. Anywhere they went, bust it out, let's do karaoke. If it was camping, if it was at the house, he was smoking meat and barbecuing, and he had every flavor of beer and beverage you could possibly imagine. They had a pool table, they had a jukebox. He just wanted people to be happy and live their best life. And unfortunately, he died before he was able to fulfill his own personal dream, which was owning the Barefoot Bar down in St. Thomas. It got taken out by a hurricane. And that was his biggest dream. So it was back to the drawing board, back to work, back to other things. It didn't make him happy. It was all of the things. My dad didn't have underlying problems. You know what it was? It was stress. It was stress and alcohol, right? Because we stress out, we come home, we have a drink, we're going to feel better because we're able to relax, because you're drinking a downer. You're drinking something that brings you down. So you're already unhappy, and then you're going to go home and have a downing beverage, which is going to take you further down into the hole. So you just kept doing this thinking he was going to feel better, and it ended up taxing his heart so much that he had a heart attack. And it's awful because he never said anything, because I'm always fine. I'm always fine, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, we talk about stacking a lot. When you start putting that on yourself and putting that on yourself and putting that on yourself, you don't realize how much of that negative energy your body holds on to. And we try to always keep up with what we think we should be at. And it's really not that. So the people that we're reaching out to, the people that we're talking to right now, or anybody out there with a pulse, that's who we're talking to. Because every single one of us has a dream. It may not be a business. It may just be to travel. It may just be, I just want to be happy in my position right now and I can't quite figure out what's going on. Okay, we can work on that too. We are so versatile in what we do.
Well, and if you're a business owner,
yes,
you're a little pissed off at us right now because we're telling your employees to go out and start their own business to get away from you. Listen, why don't you pave the way? Why don't you be a pioneer and figure out how to get more work done in less time so that your employees can have more time? Because one thing that everybody's really realizing in this pandemic is that time is valuable, and family time is more valuable than sitting and being married to a desk or married to a phone or married to a job.
Yeah. So
people are figuring this out, right? So it's challenging you business owners to step up, step out, be a pioneer, and change and make a different work schedule for your employees. And if that means that you have to hire more employees and double the staff so that everybody's working less hours, but you're getting more work done because your employees are rested, they're having fun with their family, they come in more energetic, more focused, they work harder, they produce more, there's a benefit to that. So if you can figure out how to make them work a 3 or 4 day week and only work in them 32 hours, which is federal for full time, whatever. If you can figure that out and be the pioneer, then pave the way. Be the leader in that. Don't be the damn follower. Be the leader. Step up, take care of these people, and give them what they want, because they're figuring it out during this pandemic. And if you don't move fast enough, and I'm telling you right now, business moves about that fast.
Yeah.
And if you ain't moving that fast, you're gonna frickin' lose. So, and if you need help with that, we'll help you.
That wasn't in unison at all. Yeah.
Sorry, I
No.
needed to say that because
Absolutely. It's put on your heart for a reason.
Yep.
And, you know, this isn't just for the kid sitting at home that's trying to figure it out. This is for professionals, veterans, athletes, and everybody in between. We are here to help as many people as we can and as much time as we can spread. So again, I leave. I'm going to be serving my state and my country starting on Monday. I don't know when I'll physically be back in this area to sit next to this guy, but we will still be coming to you live. We're still going to be, you know, we'll work out a way to do our podcast. We're going to work everything out.
Yep.
It's fine. There will hopefully be not a whole lot of disruption in what's going on. We're just going to be back to the split screen again like we were at the beginning of the year, but that's okay.
Well, unless I make a trip.
Unless he comes to see me. That would be so fun. So go to our website, ownyourlifellc.com. If you haven't gotten a clarity session yet, it's free. It's free to just chat with us. We ask you some questions. You know, we want to dig in a little bit, but you don't have to show up thinking that you know what we're going to ask for or have, you know, this big plan or a notebook of, I got to say all of these things. We're going to guide the conversation for you. We're going to gather our information. And then we just have a conversation and get to know you and see if we're a good fit for one another, because not everybody fits, right? Not everybody fits. We love and appreciate you guys so much. I wish I could actually show you gratitude. Like, I wish I could hold the ball and show you the gratitude that I have in it.
Big air hug.
It's like big hugs.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Big time.
Very honored.
Ooh, and thank you, Sarah, for the sweet, kind
Yes.
words and the hugs. And we're proud of you too, girl. So we'll see you guys next week. And we'll see how it goes.
Love you much.
Bye.